Hey friends, fellow golfers, let's continue the mental toolkit. This time I want to focus on a key aspect of physical conditioning, fitness for golf. Most people playing golf, taking up golf, going to golf pros, golf courses, tend to focus at one level, understandably, on golf equipment, on the golf technique and the golf swing, and on playing golf. Of course, the end purpose is to play golf and to enjoy it and do it well. But a critical component is the ability to be fit for golf. Golf has an explosive, simultaneous movement when you are hitting your shots, where your arms, your wrists, your shoulders, your hips, your core, your legs are all moving at the same time. But they're moving at different speeds. Your club head is moving at a different speed to your shoulders, to your core, to your hips. So it is really important to be able to ensure that all parts of your body and all the key muscle groups are well exercised, well honed in for your swing, so that you not only enjoy it and can hit well and improve your performance, but also so that you reduce your risk of injury. One key limitation is the lack of muscle flexibility and strength, and that then limits your golf swing, especially your back and shoulders. For example, a premature release of your wrist and grip can be caused by lack of flexibility and strength in your shoulders and arms and your wrists. So it is really important that you work those areas to help you prevent such an issue. To quickly identify all those areas you need to work on for your overall golf game, it's in no particular order of importance, it's your core, it's your shoulders, it's your glutes, it's your legs, it's your arms, it's your ankles, it's your wrists and your abdominal muscles. So it is really important that in the various exercises you do, whether it's warm-ups or cool-downs or preparation to be fitter, which I'll be coming to, you work each of those areas. Ollie's Golf Studio has done many clips that will be helpful for you, that focus on the different groups that I've just mentioned, and also use different aids such as resistance bands, weights, etc. I will put some links up above, but I suggest you check out the playlist on fitness, that you will see many important and valuable clips that complement this one. Fitness for golf is part of physical conditioning, but equally important is good sleep, good preparation for your game, and plenty of water. So see those as critical elements as part of physical conditioning and contributing significantly to your ability to be fit for golf. I've done some important clips just before this one on nutrition for golf that you should take a look at, and before that also on course management and planning, as two examples. Injury is also associated with a lack of warm-ups, a lack of stretching, and a lack of cool down after a round. Indeed, some data shows that if you do at least 5 minutes of warm-ups before your first round and before your first shot on the first tee, you can increase some 50 yards on your drive. But more importantly, it reduces the risk of injury by some 50%. Let me just quickly focus on the importance of cool down. Perhaps warm-ups and stretches is something you already take for granted and do, but often many people forget that immediately after the round, your heart rate has gone up, your body temperature has gone up. There's a build-up of lactic acid. It's really important, therefore, to do some cool down stretches even before you have a proper meal with sufficient carbohydrates and protein. Take a look at the earlier clip on nutrition. To reduce the buildup of lactic acid to help muscle recovery and therefore to prevent long-term injury or damage to your muscles. So do equally focus on cool downs. I highly recommend that you implement a training program for yourself. You develop it and implement a training program for yourself that is a 3 to 5 times a week program. So days you don't play golf, or first thing in the morning, a couple of times even on days you are playing golf. All the pros do, of course, much more than that. But for the reasons I mentioned, of being in proper physical condition, doing better in your golf game, and enjoying it more, implement a solid 3 to 5 day training program. And that training program should focus on 5 critical aspects. 1 is balance. 2 is stability. 3 is flexibility or mobility. 4 is power. And 5 is velocity or speed, different to power. So those 5 are critical areas that you want to ensure you cover in relation to the different muscle areas and body areas that I've mentioned. So very quickly, let me touch on each of those 5 areas to give you some illustration. Why balance? Balance is affected by your eyes. Also, as one gets older or more senior, one's sense of balance tends to reduce. So it's even more important for senior golfers to focus on the area of balance. And as one example of balance, coming from many other disciplines, whether it's yoga or Tai Chi, try standing still on one foot, and of course cover the other foot too, and remaining still. There's a number of exercises I've covered in various clips, but stand in one foot very balanced. I show a warm-up in some of my clips which I've taken from what I saw that Phil Mickelson has done a lot, which is before he starts on the first tee, or on the first tee, he stretches his back leg out, balanced on one leg, arm out, learning the balance while also obviously stretching his glutes and arms. Take a look at some of those key warm-ups which I put in the clip above. The second is stability or control. And you need to then be aware of your feet and different parts of your feet. Inside heel, the ball of your feet, your toes and front part of your foot, the outside heel. You want to really learn to be more stable, and you need to be stable as you come through the swing so that you are nicely balanced and stable when you finish. A key exercise for that, amongst others, is to do some ankle strengthening or ankle stretches, which I've also shown in one or two clips. So stretch your ankles even at the course, whether it's on the ground or just, on a piece of wood or on a bench. Just stretch your ankles up and down to give you that exercise. I've covered that also in some warm-up clips. The next is flexibility or mobility, and this is particularly important for your spine, your hips and your shoulders. Do some knee drops, do some half kneeling shoulder turns, even as you wait before you get to the first tee, or even on the first tee if you're waiting to tee off. Really important to get the mobility of your spine, hips and shoulders warmed up and releasing well. The next is power and strength. Really important for you to feel confident, for you to trust your swing also, and for you to release properly and with some strength. So because you load your body and legs and then you release, you need strength for that. So try some power squats or core stretching turns. I've shown that in some exercises using the resistance band. I'll put a clip of that up above. The next is velocity, i.e. the rate of speed. And obviously that is going to affect your club speed, and then from that, obviously that affects your ball speed, and that will affect your distances. You need to work also on your velocity, because in the swing you are moving your upper and lower body together, and as I mentioned earlier, all different elements are moving at different speeds. So to synchronize it right, you need to not only have the power, but you need to have the velocity with the power. And so you should also focus on doing some exercises. I've done a clip that showed you me using a training aid for increasing swing speed. But you can also use one of your clubs or your driver, again before you get onto the first tee, to just work on power and speed. Power and speed. And I suggest you look at some of those clips too. And if you focus on those 5 areas that are critical for your golf swing, as well as the different parts of the body, you will not only improve your performance considerably, you will feel trust in your swing, and you will enjoy the game more. And equally importantly, you will significantly reduce your risk of injury. So the importance of fitness of golf cannot be underestimated. Fellow golfers, I hope you found this quick summary useful. Please look at some of the other important clips I've done on fitness and different aspects of fitness, including very specific exercises, warm-up stretches, feels, abs, core, resistance band. Don't forget to work on strength training as well with weights, not just core training and flexibility training. Happy golfing. See you on the flip side. More exciting things to come as we get soon into the details of mental techniques, processes and methods. Cheers.